Good morning, dear students. Welcome to Purna Chandra Higher Secondary School. So, in the previous class, we have discussed about the errors, types of errors, random errors, and systematic errors. And in the previous video lecture, I told you that in my next video or in this class, we are going to solve a problem on random errors. How the random errors can be found out. Okay, so let us solve a small problem. Then we are moving into a new part or new section of error, that is the combination of errors. Okay, so let us solve a problem first on random errors, which we have discussed in the previous class. The process we have discussed. Okay, so in this class we are discussing how to solve a problem. So let us, we have an experiment. Look at very carefully, listen very carefully. So we have an experiment. In this experiment, what we are going to find out or what we are going to observe. Now we are going to observe about the refractive index of glass. In this experiment, we are going to observe the refractive index of glass, and we observe that these are the values we got in this experiment. Listen very carefully. So these are the values of what? The refractive index of glass. Clear all of you? So what are the, that means which one is the physical quantity here? As we move according to the formula of my random errors formula. So first of all, we are going to find out the physical quantity. So what is the physical quantity in this question or in this experiment? Refractive index. Okay, so, and these are the values of the refractive index. Clear? So what are the values? 1.54, 1.53, 1.44, 1.54, 1.56 and 1.45. Clear all of you? So these are the values. So what we are going to find out one by one, step by step. So first of all, in the first step of random errors, listen very carefully. In the first step, so our physical quantity is your refractive index. So that is we have to mention, that is the refractive index is my physical quantity. Let us denote the physical quantity as n. Okay. So first we have to find out the n bar, as we have discussed in the previous video. So this is the mean. I have to find out mean of this value. That is n bar. Clear? So n bar is equal to how much? Now 1.54 plus 1.53 plus 1.44 plus 1.54 plus 1.56 plus 1.45 divided by the number of observations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So n bar we have to find out. Clear all of you? So what is that value? So if you calculate the value, you will get the mean of this refractive index of glass becomes 1.5. Very simple. Okay. So first part is over. That is the mean of this refractive index. First part. Okay. Come to the second part. So second part, why with the mean we have to find out? Because the mean is required or the mean is used as the true value. Very simple. Okay. So now what we are going to find out? Next we are going to find out the, remember all of you students, absolute error. What we are going to find out? The absolute errors for individual measurement. Individual measurements. Okay. So what we are going to find out? We are going to next find absolute errors of individual measurements. So let us find out. So first del n1, the same process. Okay, del n1 is equal to, that is, what is my formula? Remember, n bar minus n1. This is my n1, the first del. This is my n1. This is my n2. This is my n3. Okay, then n4, n5, n6. Okay, so del n1 is equal to n minus n1. So this is 1.51 minus 1.54. Clear? So that is nothing but your 0.03. Yes or no? Okay. No. Let us find out. So what is the value? So 0.0. So this is your nothing but, what is the value? Yes, 0.03 minus 0.03. Clear? Similarly, we have to find out del n2, that is n bar minus n2, that is 1.51 minus 1.53. Clear? So 1.51 minus 1.53. So in this way, remember, in this way you are going to find out all the absolute values of the individual errors. Clear all of you? So in this way you are going to find out all the absolute value. So this is your minus 0.02. In this way this is del n3. So n bar minus n3. So this is 1.51 minus 1.44. Similarly, so this is 7. This is 0. This is 0.07. Okay. Then del n4, n bar minus n4, that is 1.51 minus 1.54. Simple. So that is same 0.03. Then del n5, n bar minus n5, that is 1.51, 1.56, that is minus 0.05. Clear? And last but not the least, n bar minus n6, that is 1.51 minus 1.45. Clear? So how much this is? This is your 6. Okay, so 6. So this is your 0.06. Clear? Okay. So in this way we are finding out, or we got the absolute error in individual measurement. And in the previous class I told you that the absolute errors can be positive, can be negative. So look at it. These are the negative, these are the positive values. Understood? So these values can be negative, these values can be positive. The next we have to find out the mean of this one. So that is del n bar. Very simple. So del n bar is equal to, just find out, that is del n1 mode, del n2 mode, del n3 mode. It is going up to del n6 mode divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear? So that is equal to, so now mode means all the negative values are becomes positive one. Very simple. So that is 0.03 plus 0.02 plus 0.07 plus 0.03 plus 0.05 plus 0.06 divided by 6. Clear? So in this, so here now we are just solving the mean of this one. Okay, so if you are solving this, what is the value you will get? Now you will get a value of 0.04. Clear? So now this is your absolute error, this is your, again I will repeat, this is your absolute error, and this is your mean or average absolute error. Average absolute error. Okay, now representation of the measurement. So what is the representation? The representation of n is equal to n bar plus minus this much del n bar. This is the representation, na? N bar plus minus del n bar. So that means the value ranges from, so n bar is equal to how much? 1.51 plus minus 0.04. So this is the representation. Look at very carefully. This is the representation of a physical quantity n according to the process. Okay. So that means the n value ranges from, look at here, the n value ranges from, that is 1.51 plus 0.04. So how much it is? Now 1.552. How much? Now 1.51 minus 0.04. That is how much? Now 0. Your 1 point, that is 47. Clear? So now the n value, the refractive index value ranges from 1.55 to 1.47. Very simple. So this is the representation. Second, this part. The next part, we have to find out the fractional or relative error. Okay. So fractional relative error denoted as del n. So del n is equal to, what is the formula? Can you remember? What is the formula for find out the relative or fractional error? Now del n bar divided by n bar. Very simple. Okay, so del n bar is equal to how much? Now that is 0.04 divided by what is the n bar? Now 1.51. Just solve it. Clear? When solving it, you will get the relative or fractional error. Clear? Okay. The next, but last, the note list, so that is percentage of error. So percentage of error in n. So that is del n bar divided by n bar into simple 100. Okay. So that implies whatever value you are getting here, 0.04, 1.51 into 100. Just solve it. You will get the percentage of error. Understood? So this is how you can easily find out, okay, for the random error values. Clear? The random error value for an experimenter, for an experiment or for the given observations. Clear, all of you? Okay. So this is the process how you will get the mean, the absolute error, the average absolute error, the representation. Okay, then the relative or fractional error, and lastly but not the least, the percentage of error. Clear? Okay. So this is how you can solve the problem from random error calculation. Clear, all of you, dear students? Next, we are moving into our discussion, that is the combination of errors. Okay, so let us move into our discussion. That is it is a little bit problem. So just solve the problem. The problem is very important. The next is your combination of errors. Okay. So what do you mean by combination of error? Combination of error arises when, suppose we are performing some experiments, okay, and we are going to find out the value of a physical quantity in an experiment. Okay. So what happens? Now there are some errors arised, but we don't know how to combine these errors of that physical quantity. Let us take an example. Suppose I want to find out the density. Listen very carefully. I want to find out in an experiment the density of a material. Clear? Okay. So density, all of we know the formula, that is mass divided by volume. We know that is mass divided by volume. This is the density. Clear? But suppose during the calculation of mass there is some error. During the calculation of volume there is some error. So how to combine these errors? That is the main important point. How to combine these errors, because we cannot find out the errors individually, because we want to get the error in density. Remember, so to get the error in density, we have to combine the error in mass and we have to combine the error in volume. That is the requirement why we discuss this part, that is combination of errors. So let us solve, or let us discuss how the combination of errors. So combination of errors take part in three special cases. Suppose first special case, combination of errors in addition and subtraction. Let us discuss. Okay, how the error can be combined. Listen very carefully. How the error can be combined in addition and subtraction, during addition and subtraction of physical quantities. The errors of physical quantities. Okay, so let us solve it. Suppose we have a physical quantity A, we have a physical quantity B. So the error or the physical quantity A can be represented A. Look at very carefully. A plus minus del A. The physical quantity B can be represented B plus minus del B. Clear, all of you? So what we are going to find out? Now we are going to find out the Z. Z is nothing but A plus B. Let us find out Z is equal to A plus B. So A plus B means A plus minus del A plus B plus minus del B. Very simple. Okay. So what do we have find out? A plus B plus minus del A plus minus del B. Completed. Understood, all of you? Okay, so A plus minus del A. Okay, so this is how, okay, this is how about the Z. But look at here. So these are not errors. A and B are not the errors. The errors are del A and del B. Remember, del A and del B are the errors. What type of errors? Absolute errors. Okay. So now, what is our aim? To find out the maximum absolute error. So maximum absolute error. How much? Very simple. Del A plus del B. Remember, del A minus del B is not the maximum error. So del A plus del B is the maximum absolute error during addition. Very simple. Let us take an example. Suppose there is a value resistance. So resistance value suppose given, that is how much? Now 100 ohm plus minus 3, okay, or 100 plus minus 3 ohm, okay, and there is a resistance R2, that is 200 plus minus 4 ohm. Suppose this is an example. Okay, so R1 is equal to this much, R2 is equal to this much. So it is clear that these are not errors. Errors are these two. Very clear. But and these two resistors are connected in series. These R1 and R2 resistors connected in series. So in series combination, what is the question? Now you have to find out the equivalent resistance. Okay, so our equivalent resistance formula we know. If R1 and R2 are connected in series, then the equivalent resistance become R1 plus R2. So R1 plus R2 becomes, let us, 100 plus minus 3 plus, that is 200 plus minus 4. Clear? Okay. So that implies how much? So that is these two are added. So that is 300. 300. Look at it very carefully. 300 plus minus. 300 plus minus. We have to add these two. Remember, what is the maximum? What is the maximum absolute error? So we have to add these two. So what is the addition? The 3 plus 4. That is 7. Okay. So what is, now we can write the maximum absolute error is equal to 7. Clear all of you? Okay, so this is how we can easily find out the combination of error during addition. Then let us look at in case of subtraction. So similarly, these two are given. A is given, B is given, and you have to find out Z, which is A minus B. But very carefully. So A minus B. Okay. So A minus B, what I can write? Now A minus B I can write A plus minus del A, B plus minus del B, minus, okay, I have to minus these two. So that implies when I will solve it, then A minus B. This is your A minus B, and this is plus minus del A minus, because I have to, if I open up this bracket, then del A, this is not plus minus, this is minus plus del. Very simple. Okay, so now whatever it is, what is my maximum? I have to get the maximum absolute error. So in case of subtraction, the maximum absolute error is equal to how much? That same, that is del A plus del B. Okay, so now we have a very interesting conclusion, whether it is addition, whether it is subtraction. Listen very carefully. Whether it is addition, whether it is subtraction. Okay, in both the cases, the error can be combined in which way? They will be must added. The maximum absolute error we can get in case of addition also by adding these two. In case of subtraction, also we will get the maximum absolute error by adding these two. This is very clear. This is very important. Okay, that means the two absolute error will be combined or will be added in both addition and subtraction. This is very clear. Clear all of you? Okay, so this is the combination of, this is the use, how you will use the combination of error in case of addition and subtraction. Understood? Understood? Okay. So let us
go to the second part, that is combination of error in multiplication and division. In multiplication and division. So let us see how it can be applied in multiplication division. Remember, that is very important point. Similarly, there are two, that is A is equal to A plus minus del A, B is equal to B plus minus del B. So what you are going to find out? Now Z is equal to AB and A divided by B, or Z is equal to A divided by B. We have to find out these two. We have to combine this error in these two cases. Yes or no? So remember, directly I have to mention the formula. That formula is very important. So whether that is your multiplication or division, whether that is your multiplication or division, the process or the combination or the errors can be find out in this process. Del Z by Z is equal to del A by A plus del B by B. That is, these are what are these? Now these two are the fractional or relative. Now we have already discussed relative errors. Okay, so now in case of multiplication or in case of division, the errors can be found out in this way. That is, the fractional or relative error of these physical quantity A and B will be added. They will be added simply, whether that is multiplication, whether that is division, in both the cases. Clear all of you? Okay, the result or what is the formula? Simply I can easily mention it is a formula to find out the error in case of multiplication and in case of division. In both the cases, this is my output. So let us solve a problem, then you can easily verify. Let us solve a problem. Suppose the same question. Suppose you are going to find out the density. Density denoted as, this is your density. You are going to find out the density of a material where the mass is given. What is the mass? So mass M is given how much? That is 100 gram. Suppose 100 gram or 100 plus minus 100 plus minus 100 plus minus suppose 2 100 plus minus 2 gram. Clear? This is the mass. And what is the volume? V is given, that is 50 plus minus 4 gram. Sorry, 4 centimeter cube. Clear? So these are the two questions given. Mass is given 100 plus minus 2 gram. Volume is given 50 plus minus 4 centimeter cube. And you are going to find out what? You are going to find out the error in density. Okay. So let us go to the same formula. What is the formula? Now del rho by rho, according to this, okay, is equal to del m by m plus del v by b. Very simple. According to this, we are moving this. So del rho by rho is equal to del m by m plus del v by b. So that is equal to, what is del m by m? Look at very carefully. So del m is equal to how much, right? Now del m is equal to this one, 2. What is m? Now 100. Clear? Plus what is del v for what is v? Now 50. Clear? So that implies, let us solve it. So this is 100. So this is 2. This is 50 into 2. So this is 8. Okay. So this is 16 divided by 100. Just solve it. Okay. So now this is del rho by rho. So this is, you will get. Understood? And from this, so this is my error. Which type of error? fractional or relative error. Listen very carefully. In case of multiplication or division, your output will be a fractional error or relative error. So the 16 divided by 100 is a fractional or relative error. And from this, you can easily find out the percentage error. If you obtain the percentage of error is equal to 16 divided by 100, simply 100. So 100 cancel out, so 16%. So the error calculation in case of density, what is the percentage of error? 16%. Very clear. Understood all of you? Again I will repeat. So del rho by rho is del m by m plus del b by b. I will put the value here because these can be represented in this, that is m plus minus del m, and these can be represented as v plus minus del b. Very simple. Understood? Okay. So this is, we can solve, and this last thing is my percentage. Clear all of you, dear students? Okay. So this is how we can combine the errors in multiplication and in case of division. Understood all of you? This is the problem, how to solve this. Look at very carefully. And in the last one. Okay. So let us move into the last one, that is combination of error in case of exponent or power. Okay, combination of error in exponents or power of a physical quantity. This is very important. Okay. Again I will repeat. In exponent or power of a physical quantity. Clear? That means suppose a physical quantity in this way it is given, that is a square. So a square means this is my power of exponent, and in this case, listen very carefully, in this case which was my physical quantity? A is my physical quantity whose power is given a to the power 2. And what is we are going to find out? Now we are going to find out the error in case of this. So how to find out the error? Listen very carefully. So we will follow the same process. How? Now we are going to find out the relative or fractional error in this way. That implies del z divided by z is equal to whatever the power it is. Listen very carefully. What is the power to come to their coefficient? So this is 2 del a by a. Okay. If it is 3, then it is 3. If it is 4, then it is 4. That means in general, if z is equal to a to the power n, then what I can write the fractional relative error? That del z by z is equal to n del a divided by a. So we know that. So if in general, what you can write z is equal to a to the power n. So del z by z is equal to n del a by a. Clear? So this is whatever the n value. The n value can be 1, the n value can be 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my power. Clear all of you? Okay. That means whatever the power of that physical quantity here, that power will come to that exponent here. Clear? Okay. So this is how you can find out the combination of errors. So this is my formula here. Listen very carefully. This is my formula here. Understood all of you? Okay. So now there are several problems in books. Solve these problems, dear students. If you have any problem in calculating, okay, then you can ask me freely. But this is the process. Remember the process. Remember the formulas. Okay. So in this way, the combination of errors can be calculated. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So we know that. So this is my combination of errors. In case of exponent, so this is the formula del z by z and del a by a. So let us solve a problem. So there is a physical quantity. Let us take a physical quantity w. The w can be represented in this manner. Okay, that is w is equal to a to the power 4, b to the power 3 divided by c to the power 1 by 3 root over d. Okay, and it is given that the percentage error in a 1%, the percentage error in B 3%, the percentage error C is 3%, and the percentage error in D is equal to 4%. Clear? And what is our aim? Now our aim to find out the percentage error in the physical quantity W. Clear? So now as we are just discussed, listen very carefully, as we are just discussed, this is a combination of also division and also component or your power or exponent. Clear? So now what we will do? So now we will follow through the same formula. That means we are going to find out the relative error. Okay. So relative error is how much? That is del W by W. Look at very carefully. So that is equal to, we are following this one, that is 4 del A by A plus 3 del B by B. Clear? Plus 1 by 3 del C by C. Clear? And the lastly, that is 1 by 2 del D by D. Understood? But remember, these are given as percentage one, so we have to put the percentage. We must have to put the percentage here. Otherwise, we cannot represent it in percentage. Okay. Okay, over. So now that implies del W by W percentage is equal to, let us put the value. Only I have to put the value. So del A by A, listen carefully, del A by A is the percentage error. Percentage error is given as how much? So 1%. Very simple. Okay, plus 3 del B by B, 3%. C, 3%. Okay. And the lastly 1 by 2 del D by D, 4. So let us solve it. So this is 4, this is 9, okay, this is cancelled out, and this is 2, so this is 2. Understood all of you? Again I will repeat 4, okay, this is 3, del B by is 3%, 9, this is cancelled out, del C by 3, okay, and this is del D by, your del D by D. Clear? Okay. So this is 2. So how much? So this is 9, 4. How much? 13. Okay. And this is 2. This is 15. Understood all of you? So this is how? So this is the percentage error in W. This is how you can easily calculate. Okay. So this is the problem left.